Thumbnails on YouTube are critical, and I will quickly share with you what works to make a good thumbnail. So you know what works. The best way to see what works is to look at your YouTube analytics and see where you're getting views on suggested video. If you're getting views on suggested video, that means the thumbnail is good. The title can be important, but the thumbnail is the key for suggested video. So I can see on this video, my thumbnail's really good. Now I've zoomed in a little bit so the thumbnail appears pixelated, but that's the full size of the thumbnail right there. So a good thumbnail is very simple. It will have some words and a recognizable logo or face that matches what it's trying to do. Now you can see the difference between this thumbnail and I have a similar thumbnail on another video. Usually if your video is doing well in search but not so much in suggested video, it's usually the thumbnail. So this one is doing well in suggested video also. You can see same type of design as the last one, straightforward with some words and a couple of related symbols. So it's doing well in suggested video. Now I go back and see if any that are different that don't work as well in the thumbnail, I can go find, how about this one? How is it doing in suggested video? Now you can see this one is not working well in suggested video, and that's more likely a thumbnail problem because that thumbnail worked for Facebook marketing, but if it's showing up in YouTube search, I know it's ranking well on keywords, but if it's not getting clicked on in suggested video, it's probably not the video itself or the words. It's probably the thumbnail. So what I can do, once I've found where I could improve a thumbnail, the main thing to do then is to try and improve the thumbnail based on what's already working. So I've got an existing thumbnail that's working, and the easiest way, I use canva.com to manage my thumbnails. There are easy availability of additional designs and stock photos, and then I have all my thumbnails here. So I see this Facebook ads thumbnails working really good, so all I'm going to do is copy that. If you don't have one to start from, what you need is a custom dimension one, 1280 by 720. That's the size that you want to use for a thumbnail. If you already do have one, you can just copy it and it'll be in the same size. Now what I want to do is change this thumbnail, and it's hard to see here, the 2015, but I can show you it in full detail right here. This is the original thumbnail. What I want to do is change this thumbnail into something more like this. So what people are showing they want some kind of recognizable Facebook brand symbol, and what I can do is actually shrink the text on this, Facebook ads, and then I can put something like for conversions on here, for conversions, and then I can, if I want a number, I could put the 2015 somewhere else. I can make the font even a little bit bigger so that it shows up more clearly on the thumbnail. And then I could do something like put the like button off to the side a little bit. I can make it slightly bigger even. I don't know if I'd want it to be that big. I put it down here in the corner. And then I could put something in like 2015 to make sure the viewer knows this is a new tutorial. It's not something that's old school. It's new. So new proves to work very good in areas like this. And it's risky sometimes to use a lot of text. But what I saw on my other video is that the one with a lot of text on the thumbnail is working. So then I just put the like button in down here. And now I've got a new thumbnail that should work better based on what the last thumbnail is doing. Now whether it will actually work better or not, well, we can see. But this looks like, based on the other one, that it should work better. So all I have to do with canva.com now, I download the image from it. Then it downloaded, I go back, I go in to edit the video. I click on edit down here. I go to thumbnail. I click change image. I go to the recently downloaded thumbnail. And now look at that thumbnail. Facebook ads for conversions 2015. It's very clear exactly what value you get out of watching this video in the thumbnail now. So I hit save changes. I go back and I can then refresh this page in YouTube. And it might not load immediately. And it doesn't. So then I can see that the thumbnail at some point up there will be the new one. And what I can do is see how the suggested video views change from one to another. There, now the new thumbnail is up there. And you'll notice how much space the time takes up on it. So I'll zoom in a little bit here so you can see this. You'll notice, and it's a little blurry, it's not really that blurry when you're full size, but you'll notice that the time is overlapping on my thumb here. So what I might want to do even is quickly move the thumb a little more in here so that the time's not overlapping, and then I can actually download the image again. This is why Canva is so easy. You can do these things really fast on Canva. I find this easier than Photoshop, mainly because you can pick the stock photos in there and seamlessly insert them with Canva, whereas with Photoshop, you have to actually go grab the image and put it in there. If you're good with Photoshop, you can do the same thing with Photoshop too. So now I've got my new thumbnail. The like button's off to the side so that when you look at the video, then the timestamp won't be over top of it. So this is how you look at what's working on your existing thumbnails, and then you optimize your thumbnails by what's proving to actually work instead of guesswork. And of course, some of it can be title. It's easier to get something to a title like 1 cent cost per click Facebook ads. But at the same time, if you have two videos that are very closely related, you need to have some different titles too. So on this one, you can see then the thumbnail fits very nicely. The time's right here. The words right here explain exactly the purpose of watching the tutorial. So now I can go through and find wherever I'm not getting good suggested video views, I can go into analytics. Now the problem is you can't go into traffic sources because if you click suggested video, then it just shows which videos are actually giving you views. But what I can do, I can actually go in and see where I have videos that are doing well in search. I can just go to views. I can find videos doing really well in search that are clearly not doing well based on the thumbnail. So that's what I will continue to do, is to optimize and to make sure you should be able to get as many or more suggested views than search views. Search views are more competitive and depend a lot on the words. If you have a good thumbnail and you watch an entire video, all you need is a good thumbnail to get essentially free clicks. And YouTube has so much free suggested video view placement. It's a huge opportunity to get free views. So that's how you find and optimize a thumbnail. And I'll show you again doing this so that you can get even more depth into how to find which thumbnails are working and quickly optimize them. Thank you for watching this, and I hope this has been helpful.